Ronald Chitimbo stares at what is left of his former school, a daycare center and nursery for children. He recently converted the buildings into a guest house.
I
started this school because of my love for education. I think we have done a good job to train and change the lives of Ugandan children. But when the pandemic struck, schools, especially the private-run facilities, felt the immediate impact.
Ronald is among the many private school owners that have been struggling to cope during the lockdown. He says even before the pandemic, some schools had long been on a shaky financial footing. But with no hope of opening soon and no government bailout plan, school owners like him decided to think of alternatives.
I got a bank loan to expand the school, to start a primary section. This daycare center was my backup plan to pay back the loan. But we have been closed for 2 years. I had to think of another way to get money, instead of losing my property to the bank.
Asha Kebirungi had just invested in this school a year ago, but the pandemic hit before she was able to recoup any of that. Instead of closing it permanently, she has decided to make use of it in a different way. The idea did not go down well with her landlord.
I explained to her, I told her the situation is alarming. I want to get your money. I don't want you to stop me from staying there, because a moment I'll release the place, maybe the government might open the schools. Yet I've put in much.
Asha started with one room, but she's slowly expanding this into a full-blown poultry farm. About 15 children occupy this classroom on a normal school day, but Asha has converted the space into a chicken house, growing about 100 meat birds for sale to sustain her family and also pay rent for this facility until school reopens. The government in Uganda considers schools super spreaders of the COVID-19 disease, and it has set conditions to vaccinate all teachers before schools can reopen. Several vaccination centers have been set up exclusively for teachers.
I took the initiative to come get vaccinated so that when schools open, I can start work.
We need to get back to work. We miss our children, and I believe they miss us too. It's been a long time.
But even if they have had a shot, many of these teachers have no schools to return to. A further escalation of the pandemic means more school owners are likely to close their schools permanently to turn to alternative ventures.